Welcome to Digress, a podcast with the sole purpose of sharing the passion and love for film together. In this show, you'll dive into the minds of the hosts to explore and comment on all things movies and entertainment, while getting a little off topic along the way.
Yo, hello, welcome to the Digress podcast. Today I'm joined by Jenks and Coco. And this week, Coco is going to send us off with some topics. So, Coco, go ahead.
It is, in fact, me with the questions this week. And before we get into the questions, me and Dan were talking about, what is the most, memorable experience you've ever had at the movies? I know I've talked about mine. I actually haven't talked about mine yet. What's up? No, I told you it should be, the first thing we talk about so we can kind of, warm up a little bit. Jenks, I'll let you go first.
Most memorable experience at a movie theater?
Some funny, just maybe good.
Something happened.
It's a story that happened to you at a movie theater.
Oh. Is there a emphasis on whether it has to be positive or negative?
It doesn't matter as long as it's
because I have a crazy experience that happened to me this past year. I was with a group of my friends. We went to see John Wick 4.
Oh.
Okay, at a 11:30 showing. So it's 2 a.m. when it ends. It's 2 a.m. when it ends. Okay. And we were sitting there, and the credits were rolling through, and we were just about to get up and leave. And these people stand up and just start screaming, right below us. And we look over there, and this guy must have had a stroke or a heart attack because he just wasn't waking up.
Oh, shoot.
He was asleep and would not get up. So we just kind of sat there for 30 minutes, seeing if they needed help or whatever. And then eventually
Wait, was this after the movie was over?
This was after. This was right as
you were sitting there for 30 minutes.
Well, because we were curious of what was happening.
Dude's waiting for the post-credit scene, 30 minutes, still nothing.
No. Well, the thing is, this guy could have been passed out or whatever for half the movie. They would just not know. They thought he was sleeping.
That's true.
And then because it was time to leave, so they were trying to wake him up and he couldn't. But yeah, and then the EMTs came or whatever and eventually took him. But he never woke back up while we saw him.
That's crazy.
So that happened to me this past year. That was February. It was opening night of John Wick. I don't remember.
Yeah, this was a month ago. I remember John Wick being huge a year ago, so it wasn't that far ago. Dan, what about you?
I don't know. I feel like I've never had anything crazy happen to me. The most annoying movie theater experience I've ever had was 2019, 2018 when the Pokemon movie came out, Detective Pikachu.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I'm a big Pokemon guy, so I went to watch it in the theaters, and literally the whole time there was this 10-year-old behind me, and every time a Pokemon would come up, he would name it every time.
Oh, that's so annoying.
It's so annoying. He was he'd go Squirtle, Ditto, Pikachu, Charizard, Bulbasaur. It was
Did he at least say it in their voice?
No, he would just it was he was on some kind of quiz or
quizzing himself
where he had to name every single Pokemon that came on screen, and it was so annoying. It it was awful.
That's so funny.
Oh, dude. Okay, so for me, I think I have one when I was a little kid, and I was watching Daddy Daycare with my mom. My mom took me to watch the movie Daddy Daycare, if you remember Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Is it Adam
and so no, it was Eddie Murphy and then someone else. I forget who the co-star was, the other nanny. Anyways, my mom had fallen asleep at some point, and I was eating ice cubes off the cup, and I swallowed one of the ice cubes, and the theater was empty, but I was choking as anyone could choke. I was literally choking if you don't save me right now, I will probably stop breathing. And I was just screaming in the theater, and I think I was screaming so loud that the people in the theater came and checked if someone was getting killed. But it was actually when they came in, my mom woke up super startled, what is going on, what's happening? And then she looked to her left, and it was me choking and trying to get that ice cube out of my mouth. That was when I was a kid. Now when I first moved to LA, I used to do a lot of standby I used to go to like a lot of events where you would be a standby, and essentially it's like if there's room to go in the event, then they'll like pick people from the crowd and they'll just like fill it up. So I went to the It premiere in Hollywood at the TCL Chinese Theater. So like I said, I was one of the standbys, and I got lucky enough that they picked me to go into the theater. So I was by myself, sitting by like a bunch of people I didn't know. And so I started watching the movie, and if you guys have watched the movie, there's this kid that moves into the town, and I think his name is Ben. He's like the oddball of the group. Like he's like the new kid. He doesn't know many people. Anyways, the movie's playing, and I just feel this person just kicking me in my seat, just like rocking me back and forth. And I'm not gonna say anything because it's like a premiere, and I don't want to get like be rude and stuff like that. But it comes to a point where it gets so annoying that I have to say something. So I turn to my back, and before I say anything, I look at who's kicking at me, and it's the kid from the movie watching himself on the movie, telling his parents that's him. I was like, okay, I'll let it slide for this one time because it's you on the theater right there. But yeah, that was, yeah, it's like one of those moments where you kind of like, oh, like I'm about to get like serious and tell somebody and put them in place, but then you see that it's the kid from that one movie, and then you're like, okay, I'm not gonna make your night like bad or anything like that. Probably memorable. Yeah, probably memorable experience. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't have any. Can't think of anything else. I mean, did you guys see that one time when the FNAF movie came out and then like a brawl started like just happening at the movie
I
theater?
did see that. Yeah, that was trending on Twitter.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, dude, it was like a full-on fight, like a full-on like it looked like everyone was just like WWE like Rumble match in there and stuff like that. It was crazy.
Like, was it like in like the parking lot or?
No, dude, it was in the theater as the credits were rolling.
Okay. All right.
As the credit. So, all good. So, we are starting off with the first question of today. Valentine's is coming up in literally a week. So, I thought a great question to ask right now is, who do you think is the greatest couple based off movies you've watched? There's a lot of couples to choose here. There's a lot of like, you can go science fiction, you can go romance, like whatever it is that you want to pick. But who is the greatest couple based off movies you've ever seen?
It's hard. Wow.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I think one of the greatest couples in movie history, or maybe just for me, to be honest, I think Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers. I think they're so iconic. And I say that because when I was growing up, I was at that age where you kind of like mature into like, you go from being a kid to being like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like the real first couple I ever saw, how he was like literally head over heels for her, and he would literally do anything and everything just to get her to her. And I don't know, there was just something about it being like so goofy and so silly, but also so real and so emotional about like Scott and Ramona that really kind of like just, it was like a pinnacle in like, my journey as in like being a person and stuff like that. And I always thought they were a great couple. I was thinking about a couple other ones, like just Mary Jane and Peter Parker, but I just feel like their relationship in those movies were so rocky. Like, it was so bad. Like, and she's so toxic, bro. She's so toxic. Like,
we're talking about Tobey Maguire's movies.
Yeah, we're talking about Tobey Maguire, MJ. She is so toxic. All those movies. She like dates 3 guys. Kirsten Dunst. Yeah. She dates like 3 other guys before she ends up dating.
Don't even get me started with her in that movie. Like, that actually makes me so mad. Like,
dude, that's crazy.
And because it comes to the point too where like she didn't even like Peter. She liked Spider-Man. She didn't even love Peter.
Yeah.
She treated him like trash.
She was like infatuated with the idea of him being like Spider-Man and somehow like, being more than meets the eye, but it wasn't even like, I think everyone started hating her by the end of like the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
Everyone was like so pissed off.
Well, then you had the Amazing Spider-Man movies come out, and like him and Gwen have a really good relationship, and like
that was like cut short. Like I feel like having her die in the 2nd movie was just, I don't know. I feel like you kind of wish there was like a 3rd movie that would kind of close off the circle of that trilogy with that relationship, and then you would introduce Mary Jane. But I feel like killing her in that 2nd movie was just like such like just ripped off that little bandage that I feel like could have been a great couple relationship. But
I don't know.
What do I know?
This sounds bad, but I actually really like that they killed off Gwen Stacy in the 2nd Tarzan movie.
Oh yeah,
because it's like you don't ever see that in movies. Like they kill off like family members, best friends, but like never the love interest. So like them. So I don't even read comics, so like I didn't even know that Gwen Stacy like dying was a huge part of the comics. So like watching that like in the movie was like insane to me.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect it. Like, there's no way they're gonna kill off Gwen Stacy.
Are we still with Dan? Dan, are you still there?
Everyone frozen.
Dan, are you still there?
Yeah.
No, we can hear you. You're not saying anything.
Okay, you guys.
Okay, good. You went off for there for a little bit. Like... Go ahead and go ahead and say what you were saying real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll move on.
Actually, okay, go ahead, Jenks. What's your take on your turn? Yeah.
So we have to stick to movies, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we have to. Let's try to stick to like movies that you've seen. If you haven't seen one, like obviously.
What about like shows, or does it have to be movies?
Shows works.
Oh, we count shows.
Like we count shows too.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd say, yeah.
Absolutely. Then Jim and Pam from The Office.
Oh,
my favorite couple of all time.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie actually, but it's like when I hear about The Office, they always talk about them being like the couple.
It's the greatest couple love story of all time.
That's crazy.
They're actually goals.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like about sitcoms?
What?
And I don't know if this is just me, but like every time I watch a sitcom or like some funny show, I always go into the mindset of like, okay, they're going to introduce a character, he's going to have a love interest, and then over time it's going to become toxic, and then they're going to end up together at the end, and it's going to be this whole big thing. I swear, like I haven't even seen The Office, but I promise
that's not what it is. Nope.
Well, you mean like the? Really? You mean like
no? It starts out. No, that's why it's so good because it's
every sitcom.
No,
it has like subplots. It has like subplots, but the plot of itself isn't even like. I think it takes itself so like jokey, right?
Yeah, oh, it does. But Jim and Pam's relationship in that show is not like any other relationship you've seen in like sitcoms. It like starts out at like the lowest level, like just a crush, and it just like levels up as the show goes. It's amazing. No, like
that's good though, because it has like several seasons. So like I feel like that's like the perfect way for you to kind of like
it's perfect, and you're always rooting for it. And it's one of those things where it's like they give you what you want, and they don't really like mess around. I mean, they have like rocky parts, but it's not like they're ever like we're done.
That's the entire thing. That's the entire thing. Why would you give like a relationship like straight up like the happiest like beginning and ending, and you don't have them go through like rocky like endings?
Yeah.
Like,
but mostly their relationship is happy, and I think that's why I like it so much. It's just like I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know.
That's good. That's what we're celebrating, Dan. What about you?
I have two. And one's my favorite because it's like, and we already kind of talked about it last week, but one of my favorite, and then the other is like my least favorite couple in TV.
Oh, you can say your least favorite couple, like an annoying couple that you just think you just can't.
Now the first one, which is my favorite, is 500 Days of Summer, best romance movie of all time, top 5 best movies of all time.
That relationship, seen it.
You shouldn't, dude. You should. It's Valentine's Day. Go watch it.
And she's low key toxic too.
That's what I was about to say that. I don't think she's toxic. Actually, I don't
think she's toxic. I just don't think she's like.
She's realistic.
The partner, she's a little bit too like, that's the thing with her.
The whole point of the movie, and this might be a spoiler, Jenks, but the whole point about the movie is showing that like, you have this couple. The first half of the movie is like, oh my gosh, they fall in love. They're perfect for each other. They're doing all these things together. But the girl in the movie told the guy, hey, I just want to be friends. Like, I just want to be friends. Like, sure, we'll cuddle, we'll kiss, but like, I don't want a serious relationship with you. And we're watching it through the lens of the male, where from his lens, it's a perfect relationship. They're all lovey-dovey. But in reality, it's not like that, In reality, like she is not the perfect woman that he imagined it in his head. And it's such a good, like, realistic message in a movie, and especially in a romance movie where, like, I'm sure we've all been there, where you'll go through the honeymoon phase with some girl. You'll imagine her to be this perfect woman, this perfect figure. You're perfect for each other just to come with a heartbreak. And at some point you realize that you're just heartbroken with someone who didn't even exist because he imagined everything.
Yeah.
He imagined everything. There's one scene in the movie where he's like, there's like 2 different scenes side by side, one from his lens and one's from the lens that's actually happening in real life. and like you just see like how different it is, and he fell in love with someone who didn't even exist. So good.
That's actually like a really good. That's a really good.
Yeah, and
that's a really good example right there.
I don't think she's toxic. I think he was in the wrong. I think the main protagonist was in the wrong because he.
That's true. That's true.
He made her up in her head. She told him, "I don't want to." Like,
it's easy to paint her. It's easy to paint her as toxic because like he was just so like head over heels that like everything he thought about it was just like, oh, like this is perfect. But like she was like grounded, and he was like in cloud nine.
Watch the movie again, man. Watch the movie again. Remember,
I recently did.
Dude, there's a scene in the scene where they're in like IKEA and they're like looking each other in the eyes, like on the bed and everything. But then we see that exact same scene later on in the movie, and she's just like bored, just kind of walking around, and that just shows
like
that
normal bored. Yeah.
It's like oh, the scene we saw earlier in the movie didn't actually happen. It was from his perspective. So good, dude. So good. And then I was about to say worst couple in TV history is
the worst couple. That's actually a good one.
Iris West. And,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Allen from the show.
Iris nailed that.
And Barry. You didn't even know. Like you don't know exactly what version of the Flash I'm talking about.
Bruh.
Ruined the show for so many.
Can I get a round of applause for that take? That was a great take.
Not even a hot take. It's not even a hot
sound
take.
effects when you're editing this.
Okay.
It's not even a hot take, bro. Like in the beginning of that season, in the beginning of the show, like I actually thought it was like, oh, this is like, nice, you know. It looks fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! By the time they get to the third season, where Savitar is gonna kill her, and like he's like in love with her, and he's gonna like profess his love to. Oh my god! I'm like,
he should have killed her,
stop, bro.
I just feel what I didn't like about that season.
He really.
What I didn't like about that season is what was the variant? Was it Harry or HR?
You're talking about HR?
What?
Was it Harry?
Oh yeah, Harrison Wells. Like the different versions of him.
The HR.
Different versions. Was it HR? The different versions of
Wells.
What was his name? Wells.
Yeah, it's HR.
Yeah.
HR was that season.
Yeah. I just felt so weird because like watching that, like he like traded spots with Iris, right?
Yeah.
He's like
he used like technology to like make himself.
Because I remember watching that. I remember watching that for the first time, that finale, and I was like, and he stabs Iris, and I'm like, oh well. You know, at least this has some. At least like they kill off characters. You know, there's plot lines and stuff. And then he like uncovers that it was HR, and I was like, "No, what are you doing?"
What really disturbed me about that is that like
so upset.
The characters were like so fine afterwards because they were like, "Oh, we saved Iris, and it was like the show saying like. It was just like the show saying like, oh yeah, HR's life doesn't matter nearly as much as Iris, so it's a happy ending. Like that's literally, if you watch it, like there was no sadness, there was no nothing because like. And it was a solution. The solution was, let's just kill off another body because Iris West just should matter more than anybody else in this entire planet.
Not in my heart.
Yeah, I just did not like that. I did not like that.
Dude, and it was teased throughout the entire season, so it was like, okay, like you're preparing me for this moment. If it happens, I'm going to be fine.
They would never kill her.
I was thinking they were going to because like,
killing, like
you don't. Well, I guess it's CW. I should have expected, but shows don't often like show you the future and then like. That actually happens, you know what I mean? It's always like, oh, we can change it.
They'll sometimes they'll show you like how it ends, and then it'll. I've seen like a couple of shows do this where like they'll show you the end, and then they'll start the movie, so they'll give you like a glimpse of where it's going to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm talking about movies where like the characters can like see in the future, and like they always usually change it because
that's too much. Bro.
They always usually change it because they're like, oh, I write my own destiny. So it would have been cool if. Whoa. Subtle plug. Go see Madam Web, guys.
Madam Web. I have a take for the worst couple in TV and movie history, and that is going to Edward Cullen and Bella from Twilight.
Okay. All right.
I think a lot of people think it's like the perfect meant to be relationship, but so many people forget about. Dude, that whole relationship is so weird. The people that get involved in that, the drama, the toxicity between them. This guy literally almost killed himself because she stopped talking to him.
He did, man.
Like, bruh. Like, this guy's trying to be Romeo and Juliet in the time of vampires. Like, what's going on, man? I think that for me, like, I loved watching those movies growing up, but I was just always just like, bro, like, it was just, like, hard to watch them be that couple. Like, it was weird to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Troy and Gabriella from High School Musical, though.
When I was a kid, I wanted them to be my
goated. Whoa.
Really wanted that.
How did Mr. and Mrs. Danbo feel about that?
My actual parents.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been thinking about like rewatching those movies lately, just because I feel like I've forgotten about them. I feel like I've forgotten about like I think I have bits and pieces of like my memory like watching it, but I don't remember like I could not tell you like maybe like 3 songs or 4 songs from the movie, but I don't remember all of them.
Not me, man. I watched those movies religiously as a kid. I could tell you everything that happens in all 3 movies right now.
Do not spoil it because I'm actually gonna watch them.
Oh, I'll spoil it.
Watching. Nah, bro, do not spoil it. I'm telling you, that's like a movie I would put on the side of my screen and just watch it while I'm editing. Or
High School Musical.
Like yeah, why not?
Y'all want to hear a fun fact about High School Musical that I'm sure most people know? High School Musical 2
it was filmed in New Mexico.
No, High School Musical 2
Miley Cyrus
had Miley Cyrus in it.
Huh?
She was in the pool scene when they were singing in the pool.
That's crazy. The multiverse is real.
Yeah, Hannah Montana
is real.
was in High School.
Hannah Montana in High School Musical. I feel like she would have been like a good like character to add in that movie as like Sharpay's like best friend or something like that. You know what I mean? Like she can sing. She could have been a little bit cocky.
Let's be realistic though. She had a little bit more morality than Sharpay.
It's crazy because it's crazy too. Because Miley Cyrus was like famous at the time. Like that was during the same time.
She was
just a random cameo. Like they don't acknowledge her that she's.
Was it the same time as Hannah Montana?
I think
it was before.
No, because it was around the same time that like Camp Rock, the Jonas Brothers, and High School Musical.
It was a little earlier than Camp Rock.
Yeah,
High School Musical 2. That was like early 2000, like 2005, 2007.
Yeah. You know what? Also
Regardless.
is a strange TV couple, and it gets like increasingly worse, but it's on purpose. Is Walter White and Skylar White?
Oh, dude. That's like already like that's like I don't even know how to say that. That's like crime boss mafia type of relationship at that point. Like that doesn't even count like as a bad relationship. That's just like a bad relationship from the beginning.
I don't think it was crazy, though. I wouldn't say that because he was. I think initially he was selling the meth to like give back to his family.
That's the entire plot of that show. Does that he had intentions to get back to his family and pay his debt, and the more he sold, the more he got involved into like I could actually build an empire out of this and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think they had a good relationship. I just think as he became more powerful, he kind of like went away from being a good husband.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I also would say Princess Leia and Han Solo, but all that happens off screen, so I don't know.
Yeah,
all that happens off screen. So shout out to them. The next topic I do want to bring up is, well, lately there's been, with the strike being over as of a couple months ago, a lot of actors have been getting cast in movies, and we've been getting announcements for all these like remakes and reboots, and all these big studios are actually like gearing up to like start casting actors back and whatnot. So what do you think is one actor that should stop getting cast so often?
Oh,
and
easy.
Dang, Danbo.
I said The Rock.
I actually was going to that. What is an actor that should stop getting cast in big Hollywood blockbuster movies? And I completely understand it's because their names bring people to go watch them, but it gets to a certain point where you're just like, I can't, like, stop. Like, I don't want any Caesar dressing on my salad anymore. Like, stop. So what do you think is an actor? That's probably a good analogy right there. But what do you think is like one of those actors that deserves a break? Like they should do something else, go to Broadway maybe for like a year or two, and
The Rock
give a chance to other people. The Rock is definitely one that everyone's going to say.
He should not go to Broadway. He should
stay in
Broadway,
stay in the WWE, big dog.
Bro, can you imagine The Rock in the Moana Broadway like play? As
he
like
would,
Maui.
he would be down. Like,
he would be down. I know he would.
He would just be playing himself. That's all he is in that movie.
That's fine. That's all Maui is. That's all Maui is anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
I have one. I have one as well.
Jenks, go ahead.
Me?
What do you think?
Love the guy, but if I see Tom Holland in the Danny Phantom movie, that's gonna be a little much for me.
It's not even the Danny Phantom movie. It's it's the Link movie. He's also like people are like, oh, cast him as like Link.
Yeah, but the
Zelda movie.
The creator of Danny Phantom said that he would pick Tom Holland.
I read that this morning and I'm like, I actually think I'm like daydream. Like I actually think this is like a fever dream at this point.
Danny Phantom was in high school.
Do you know why?
Tom Holland's like 30. He's not that old, but still.
Because he's Peter Parker.
Tom Holland gets fan casted and everything.
What'd you say?
Do you know why Tom Holland gets fan casted?
Because he's like one of the only actors that looks like kind of young.
Because he looks normal.
Yeah.
He just like he's brown hair, like decently height, like good looking. Like he's there's nothing like unique about his face. He's a very good looking man.
He's a great actor. I think what you mean
is that he doesn't stand out. Like he doesn't stand out.
He has no unique defining features. Like nothing.
That's true. Nothing.
That is a take.
Well, I do feel like Tom Holland.
He's ugly. He's just fair.
I feel like Tom Holland is like that number one actor that everyone fan casts, and I feel like he hasn't gotten to the point where like everything they put him in is like what he's gonna get. I feel like that's Chris Pratt at this point.
That was my choice. I was gonna put Chris Pratt.
That's not even my choice. So you can talk about that. But I feel like Tom Holland. Like my fear is that all that stuff is gonna start becoming real to the point where like we already know that once a movie gets announced, like Tom Holland is gonna get the first chair. Like he's gonna be the next Rock. Like you know what I mean? Like
what's crazy? Who was I don't know why I can't explain this, but who was almost the next Tom Holland back in like the early 2000s?
Yeah, Asa Butterfield or Dylan O'Brien.
No, I was gonna say Drake Bell, dude. He was like the early 2000s Tom Holland.
Did I get it right? Wait, what was it?
Drake Bell.
Oh, wait.
He was like the early 2000s Tom Holland. He could have been. He had potential, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
To be the early 2000s.
It's funny you mentioned that because he was the voice of Spider-Man in the Ultimate Spider-Man series.
He was, yeah.
And Disney.
Drake Bell, good-looking guy, brown hair.
That is true. I feel like Zac Efron would have been a good pick too. Like back in the day.
No,
he would
have
been like a typecast, like cast and everything, and I actually could see him play Danny Phantom back in that day. Like he would have been like a pick for a Danny Phantom like fan cast back in the day.
Yeah. Do you have any? I know Coco, you're a big Danny Phantom guy. Do you have any actors off the top of your head?
Yeah, I had Noah Centineo as one of them, but he's a little older now, so I don't know how he would fit that persona.
Can I throw one at you?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, yeah.
Ryan Potter is also a good one. He's like at that age.
Do you know who Aidan Gallagher is?
Aidan Gallagher isn't the kid from Shazam?
No, he is 5 from Umbrella Academy.
Oh, that's Angel. Sorry.
He's in Umbrella Academy.
Is that the kid?
He was in Ricky,
is that the
Nicky,
kid that
Dicky,
plays the young
Dawn?
kid? Let me see. What's his name?
I don't see him. I don't see him as Danny Phantom.
Aidan Gallagher.
Is this the kid that people wanted to be like
Robin?
People are fan casting him to be like what's it called? Bruce's son.
Oh, Thomas? No, not Thomas. Why can't I think of his name?
Yeah, I literally blanked out on his name just now.
I hate him. I hate the kid. I forget his name all the time because I don't like him.
I can't see him. He looks to me like a mix of Timothée Chalamet and that actor that plays Roderick in Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
That's pretty good. That's accurate. That's who he is.
He has like that flappy hair that he never cuts, but he also has like that jawline that when he looks like that, he could just like cut anyone.
Damian Wayne.
I don't know.
He looks like the kid.
Damian Wayne. Yeah.
He looks like the kid from Gotham that played Bruce Wayne.
He kind of does.
Yeah, he's a good one. I like that kid. David Arzuz or something like that.
Gotham's underrated, man.
Gotham is underrated.
I love Gotham.
Is underrated.
I think Gotham's got one of the best versions of most Batman villains. Of just most villains.
It has one of the stupidest ending too. So.
It does.
I didn't finish it. I didn't watch the last season, but
that's probably the best place to stop. Was right before last season.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. I think on the topic of like Danny Phantom fan casting, just real quick, so we move on to who we think would be a really good pick. I think I think Walker Scobell would make a good pick because I feel like he's growing up into that age where he could play like a teenager in high school and pull off like a Danny Phantom. He may look a little different, sure, like not have the black hair and whatnot, but I think either between Walker Scobell or Ryan Potter. I feel like Ryan Potter is getting a little bit older now at this point.
He is. He's a little old. I can't think of any other young actors.
I'll be honest.
Anyone from the Stranger Things cast.
There you go.
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard would be pretty good.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. Caleb McLaughlin, if you're trying to like... What's up? Finn Wolfhard?
I just said his name. I'll be honest. I think the Danny Phantom live action is going to be ass. I don't think it's going to be good. I
feel like I feel like I don't want it to feel like how they did that one time. You know how like when they did yes that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't want them to make it like that. No, not even Drake Bell. They did it again with Nickelodeon. They like redid it again.
You know what's the problem? Do you guys know of like not even drama, but like Butch Hartman, the creator, like he sucks. Like he's not a good he's not a good guy, yeah. He's not a good guy.
It's kind of weird though.
And he has like really bad takes.
Wait, Dan, who was the actor that you said should stop getting cast in movies?
I said Chris Pratt. That was my choice.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Like even Chris Pratt.
He's a marketing point at this point, though.
Yeah, he is a marketing point, and I feel like it's just like he looks like your typical guy that's so lovable and huggable, and like you just want to like, you know what I mean? It's at this point I feel like he's just like the comfort actor. You know, like oh Chris Pratt is in this movie. Oh, he's a good guy. I'm gonna go watch his movies type of thing. I feel like for me, someone that should stop getting cast in movies. I don't know, man. Like. I don't know. I feel like Tom Holland for sure is one of them. The Rock is obviously one of them. Kevin Hart, let me not even get there, bro. If no one is casting Kevin Hart, he is making a movie himself. And I feel like he has his own. I think he has his own studio too, so he doesn't even need to like.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Cast by a company. That wouldn't surprise me. Like he could just cast himself in like. If you guys have seen The Lift, the movie, like oh, don't even watch it, bro. So. I don't know. Does anyone have any other like actors before we move on?
I think those are the big three, to be honest.
Yeah.
Those are the three most known.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, like I don't know.
Oh, you know who's a big one?
Ooh.
Which I actually don't get why. Awkwafina. People are like getting sick of Awkwafina.
Well, she just got casted in so much, I
don't get
a short time span.
I don't
understand.
She gets
cast in animated movies like a lot.
Well, she's got a very distinct voice. To be fair, I would cast her.
She does. But like, I don't know, dude. I don't even think it's that crazy. Like, I don't. I think like she's overhated. I do think that she's a good actress.
It's not even that, but I think she's like The Rock too, where she can only play one character.
Of like what the
the obnoxious person that's always loud, always trying to make jokes. Yeah, like she played that bird in the Little Mermaid, and then I heard she also played that another bird in Migration movie.
She's in Migration.
All the birds.
Yeah, she's in Migration. She's the bird in New York that shows the new birds like what New York is like, and she's like obnoxious in that movie. So like, you know what I mean?
People are upset.
Dude, what? Like, do you see what I'm telling you? Like,
she was in Shang-Chi.
It's just like
that's not animated.
I first saw her in Shang-Chi. I don't know. I don't hate her.
You know what I mean? I would say like Tom Cruise is one of them, but this dude like is good at what he does, so like I don't mind.
Yeah, but that's saying like Tom Holland isn't good at what he does. I think Tom Holland's a good actor.
So you're telling me Dwayne The Rock Johnson is not good at what he does?
Oh, he plays one character. He's good at that one character though, I guess.
There was a point where Melissa McCarthy. Yeah,
I think Chris Pratt is a good actor too.
I do too.
Yeah, I think he is too.
A meme.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get tired of Jason Statham in like every single movie every like year. He has like 2 movies per year, bro, and they are all the same. Like he is the same person in all of them.
Beekeeper.
Like if they wanted to make like a cinematic universe around Jason Statham, I swear it would literally make sense canonically. Like he went from the Beekeeper. You just tie him up, bro. Like he went from the Meg 2 to the Beekeeper. Next step is Fast and the Furious. After that is the Beekeeper 2, and then he's going back for another Meg movie. Like I can already tell like this guy's career is just like based off the same kind of like lineage. Quick one before we move. Remember a time when what's it called? even Adam Sandler, but I feel like Adam Sandler.
He's a,
I feel like Ad.
people just cast
Adam
him in
Sandler.
comedies though. Like he's just like a comedy guy.
Yeah, but I feel like he knows that too. You know,
Not
like, he
anymore.
like knows like not anymore.
That one space
He's
movie
like
where everyone's like, "Whoa!" Like Adam Sandler like has a beard now or whatever.
well, honestly, people think like he's falling off, but like if I really think about it, I saw 2 movies last year that he was in, Leo, and then You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah, which is like the one where he plays his dad.
I watched them too. Yeah,
that one's good. And then I
Really
think
good.
he has one coming up next month, and it's the one where he's like in space, I think.
Yeah, Spaceman.
he does.
Spaceman, yeah.
Sandler
So
does.
No, he's.
dude's actually
I think Adam Sandler
He
is
kind
like stepping up his game recently. Honestly, like I mean, he had like Uncut Gems. I don't know if y'all saw Hustle.
yeah, I did.
Where he was the NBA
Hustle
scout.
is really
I
good.
loved Hustle,
Hustle
and he's like not.
is really
Those like aren't comedies. Like those are like.
Wait, he was also in Murder Mystery too. See what I mean? Like that dude's just like making so many movies.
He's just
bro.
everywhere.
Adam Sandler's kind of like The Rock though, where he's always like he's most of the time casted as like a comedy like dad. You know,
I
like,
disagree.
Mhm.
Have you seen like Hustle and Uncut Gems?
Hustle is
Yeah, I mean,
good.
those are-
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Hustle is good. Pixels? No, I'm kidding. That movie is awful.
Pixels.
Pixels. When I went to watch that in the movie theater, I don't know what I was expecting, bro. I thought I was like watching like I was expecting like
Wreck-It Ralph.
cinema.
Or-
Yeah, and I literally ended up just like I literally went to go watch an arcade, bro. Like I thought I was watching like an arcade cutscene the entire time, bro. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. For this one, you guys can tell me if you've spoken about this one way or another. But what is an animated show or series that deserves a movie? And I think it works perfectly fine with the fact that we just spoke about Danny Phantom getting his own live action movie. Also, Avatar is getting his own live action movie. But I feel like there's a couple of books, I don't know, series, comic books, whatever it may be that you think deserves one. I feel like it's, what is something, because like, especially now we're getting a lot of reboots. We're getting a lot of remakes. And I feel like people should start looking into like original media nowadays. Like Nimona is like a really good choice. Like,
Orion in the
that
Dark.
was something that, what's up?
Orion in the Dark. That was a book.
Orion in the Dark is a good example right there. Orion in the Dark is a great movie. But what are like, those characters or movies or series that you think should get like a live action adaptation?
I think Nintendo has a huge library. They're right there.
Oh,
They should go all
that's
in.
actually good.
Yeah.
That actually puts a smile on my face. That actually puts a very big smile on my
like-
face.
And I think they are going to do it. I mean, we already got a Zelda movie coming. That's going to be really good.
Yeah.
That's actually so good.
I have one. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it came out on Netflix last year. It's a new animated show called Blue Eye Samurai.
Yeah.
That's genuinely one of the greatest like animated series, like targeted towards like an older audience that I've ever seen. It's very close to being perfect. It has one
That's
of
so
the
good.
greatest stories, and it actually makes me like super excited for like the next seasons. It's so good. I highly recommend if you haven't seen that. It's very graphic for an animated show, but it's
But that's why people love it. That's why people love it.
yeah.
I think. Remember that one time we were gonna get the Powerpuff Girls like TV show?
Yeah, oh my god, that would have been awful. That would have been awful.
I know the script leaked, and I read the script, and let me just say it was something.
Okay.
Let me just say it's better. It's good that it didn't happen. It was like very like Gen Z. They had like peculiar interests that probably would have like shaken up like the entire media industry. So it's good that they didn't do it. I know that at one point they were supposed to make a Johnny Bravo live action movie with, guess who?
That could
The
work.
Rock.
The Rock.
But with The Rock, bro. They were gonna make him
Never mind,
The
never
Rock.
I'd rather see Chris Pratt. I'd rather see Chris Pratt as Johnny Bravo. And I
That's-
think he'd do a better job.
I could see John Cena as him.
That could work,
Taron
yeah.
Egerton.
Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
yeah. But he has to be funny though. That's the thing. If you're gonna make a Johnny Bravo movie, live action movie, he has to be funny, like
Yeah.
naturally funny actor. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We have that. I think I don't know if you guys grew up watching Recess on Disney.
Yes. I don't like watch it all the time, but I know what you're talking about.
No, yeah. So recess is essentially like a bunch of kids just like in recess, and all of them have different personalities.
I don't
and,
think that
and
can be rebooted though. Rebooted.
No, not rebooted. I'm talking about like a live action.
I don't even know, or live action. Because Recess is so early 2000s. Leave it there.
Yeah, because it feels like a Sandlot. If you guys have seen the Sandlot, it's essentially Sandlot. It's literally just Sandlot, but like in animated form.
Mm-hmm.
Or what about Kids Next Door?
Codename Kid Next Door? That could work. I think you're onto something there, actually.
Kids Next Door would actually but like obviously like don't make them look as silly as they look.
Well, yeah.
Make them like a little bit believable.
Make it like Teen Titans. Make it like Teen Titans.
Yes, like like a bunch of kids, different personalities. They all meet after school and the tree house, and
that would go crazy. Actually,
did you guys watch?
That'd be so sick. You watch what? Waiting.
Did you guys watch the movie, the Kids Next Door movie?
For the people that are listening right now, if you see us go quiet for a while, it's because we can't hear Dan.
I'm probably just gonna cut this part out. But anyway, Dan,
that's good.
Say what you were
Dan,
gonna say.
Up?
Go.
Wait, can I disconnect and come back?
No, please don't. Please don't. You're good. Just go.
Have you guys ever seen the Kids Next Door movie?
Yes.
There's a movie?
Yeah, it's like the long animated movie. That's what you're talking about. Right?
What is like a...
Kids Next Door movie. That's what I'm trying to throw out.
Yeah. Is it...
No, yeah. Like,
is it the...
So
like?
good,
I've never seen it.
You're talking about the long the animated movie?
Yeah, it was a movie where they revealed that like Nigel Uno's dad was like Zero.
Yeah. I saw it.
I never knew there was a movie about this.
It was really good.
Check it out. I was obsessed with the Kids Next Door back in
Mm-hmm.
the day.
Yeah.
That's so good. If you guys have seen Good Boys, I feel like that's like a really good way to take that show and make it real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I feel like it's like good because like not only like you could like present it to like new children, but like I feel like a lot of nostalgic people would watch that. And mind you, not Cartoon Network has never had a live action movie, have they?
Ben 10.
Like Ben 10.
Ben 10 live action.
That wasn't Cartoon Network.
We don't talk about that.
It was Cartoon Network though.
It was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It was.
It was Cartoon
Sorry.
Network.
It was awful.
But I don't think they've ever had like outside of like, but that's not even like a big but like Hollywood blockbuster movie like type of thing. Like I feel like Nickelodeon has done a lot because of Paramount, but I think Cartoon Network.
There's just so many all these cartoons are just so much better off like as like early 2000s cartoons.
As cartoons,
you know what I mean? Avatar can be different. Avatar might be different just because it's like a continuous show, but like. Like all these old Cartoon Network cartoons are like one-off episodes.
Did you guys ever see that? Well, now that I think about it, dude, like Nickelodeon actually makes all of their early 2000 shows live action. Like Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see Dora and the Lost Kingdom?
I didn't watch it.
With Isabel Merced. It's like I watched that movie.
Is Isabel Merced Dora in that movie?
Let me fact check myself, but I think she is.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah.
Is that real? It is her?
Yeah, she is.
Whoa, you're telling me Dora's gonna play Hawk Girl in the new Superman movie?
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
She was Dora. I remember that. And that movie came out 5 years ago. She was like 15. It's like that's probably the first time I ever saw her in a movie.
I didn't know that was her.
And then they also did a Blue's Clues live action movie.
Blue's Clues is live action, isn't it?
No, it was like it wasn't.
Well, the host is live action.
Yeah, it was like 2D and 3D, but then like they made the movie and then they made the actual dog 3D, and like they went to New York and had an adventure and stuff like that.
Because people were wanting the like Blue's Clues No Way Home, and they wanted the three guys to come back and stuff. Do you remember those memes?
They had all the Steves come back, like all the hosts of the show, and it's like Blue's Clues No Way Home. That's fire. Samurai Jack would be one that would work really well.
It's already been remade, man.
No, live action, bro. Make Keanu Reeves Samurai Jack.
Ooh.
I'm anti-live action. I've decided that.
What?
I'm anti-live action, man.
I'm anti-live action too, but
none of these cartoons need to be live action.
There's a part of my brain that just wants to what if?
I guess.
let your mind ponder and ask the question, what if?
Did bro just turn into the Watcher?
I just became the Watcher for a
That was
second right
crazy.
there. No, that those are really good choices, honestly. I feel like, we're moving into like, a world where like reboots and remakes are kind of like the new thing. And there's not a lot of original ideas out there anymore. Even Orion in the Dark is like based off a book. So
Based on the book, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy
based
though?
off of
Migration was a totally original story and was somehow very successful at the box office.
That's good. That's good. I haven't seen Migration.
I've heard decent
I
things.
always, want to watch it, but I always end up watching other things. But I definitely have to give it a watch because people that have seen it said it's not bad, which is good considering it came off like literally in December, and that's probably like where a lot of movies flopped this past December.
The only thing with
yeah.
Migration that I did not like at all was when I was in the theater watching the trailer, I realized that the song for the trailer is the same one from the Minions movie. They reused it.
Pharrell?
Yeah, they reused it.
Because Pharrell like is very family oriented. Like he makes very family oriented music when it comes to soundtracks.
Well, why couldn't they pick another one? He's got more songs.
Why couldn't he make another one? I know, right?
They could have used Happy. Happy's a good song.
When that started playing, but it's also Illumination, right? So Illumination has like the rights to those songs and stuff like that, I believe.
Well, you have money. Buy some more songs.
Yeah. Illumination is like one of those companies that like they've been like really steady on with the Minions. I feel like they really slacked off when that Grinch animated movie came off.
Bummer.
Like, I was really excited for that. That's a good movie, and like they could have.
Like it was successful.
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
Doesn't mean it was good.
It was. I thought it was good.
Like the live action, like the animated one.
Yeah, with Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't know. I didn't really like feel that. I thought like maybe it's just the me that growing up with
I like
the original one, Jim Carrey.
No, well, Jim Carrey's Can't Be Touched. It's the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
And then Super Mario Bros. I mean, that's just kind of like insane.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one.
Why?
Oh, you're talking about the animated one? I thought we were talking about live action still.
No, Super Mario Bros. Like I'm just saying, Illumination has like really good like. They can take movies and make them really good. Like, You know what I mean? They take the Grinch, made it good. Took Super Mario, made it good. Despicable Me, Despicable Me live action. That's what we need.
Oh, just give me Steve Carell as Gru, and
I think he would. He would be the
movie when the IP is like open to the public. I promise you.
Really?
I promise you that they're gonna make that one day. Minion horror.
They're just gonna make it like the Minions are gonna be like serial killers or something like that, and they're just gonna be like Gru's Minions stabbing people. That makes sense.
You got any more questions for us, Coco?
No, those are actually all the other questions, but let's open up the round table and see if like there's anything we want to go real quick before we call it.
This is absolutely off topic, but this is what the show is about. Me and Dan, before you got here, we're talking about Daredevil's suit that got leaked. I don't know if you saw it. How do you feel about that?
It looks the same.
Does it?
Just looks a little bit more red.
It looks red. I mean, no, that's all I need.
It's all the way red. It's all the way red.
Dude, I love it.
I forget. I forget it. It was like red, dark red and black in the Netflix series, but now it's like full on.
It's just
red.
like full red and like a light or gray is the word. I about said light black. I'm an idiot. Gray.
Are they going to explain why his suit was yellow in the She-Hulk series?
No, I guarantee you they just don't touch it.
I love that. Continuity goes crazy. Continuity goes wild when it comes to like Marvel series.
Did you see a Bullseye's suit too?
Yeah, I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I mean, it looks like a homemade suit, so if that's what
it looks like a scuba diving suit.
Yeah, it did actually.
I thought it looked like a CW suit.
Now, let me go ahead and throw up the Bullseye. Actually, let's throw up both of those suits on the screen so they can see it.
Boom.
I feel like there's there's an opportunity if they were trying to use that character the entire season. I feel like there's an opportunity for him to get like a more accurate one, and I feel like maybe mix a little bit of white in there with like the like with the circles of the bullseye on the forehead, or even like on his chest or something like that. It doesn't have to be like anything crazy like the comics, but just like add a little sprinkle of like white in there, kind of like or like gray, whatever you want to call it. But It just looks like a
Some
scuba.
contrast is what you're asking for.
Yeah, but I feel like also if they're doing the whole like, oh, it's a street level character type of thing, then yeah, try to keep it as street level as possible. You know, like he made it at his own house and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's like a homemade suit, and then he'll eventually get a nicer suit. I don't know. Who knows?
Doesn't like the Marvel suit, like the Marvel like shows lately, like especially the live action ones, they've been carrying a lot of cameos, may I say. I think Echo had Daredevil, She-Hulk had Daredevil. I don't think Miss Marvel and Moon Knight had any.
Miss Marvel had Captain
because they
Marvel.
didn't need to be carried by another character.
Miss Marvel had Carol.
She was never in it.
Yeah, but that was like the post-credit scene.
Yeah,
at the end. I guess
she wasn't in it till
I
the
guess
end.
you are right. I guess he is right. It did have like at the end they had like that one like notch to it. And then Captain America and the Winter Soldier had did they have anyone?
Yeah, the Dora Milaje.
Yeah, so I feel like my question is like, are they gonna take?
And Rhodey was in it too.
Yeah, Rhodey was in it. Secret Invasion had Rhodey as well, and some other characters. But are they? Do you think they're gonna take that opportunity with the Daredevil series that's coming out?
I think they have to, and not
Tom Holland.
And not for the reason. I think they have to, and not for the reason of like fan service. I think it will be a little bit of fan service, but I think they want to show like that the show is now integrated into the MCU.
If it's Kingpin, I don't care.
Well, Kingpin's gonna be. Kingpin's gonna be.
Yeah, Kingpin is gonna be in it, but like what I mean is like if it is gonna be Tom Holland, it's gonna be Spider-Man fully suited with Tom Holland's voicing over the lines. It's not going to be Tom Holland.
I agree.
Well, but that also follows with what happened in No Way Home. Like, we don't know who Peter Parker is anymore. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So.
I feel like it's weird because, like, once Marvel started losing steam after No Way Home, I feel like it makes, like, things a little bit forgettable. You know what I mean? Like, there was a time when things were so consistently, like, good and, like, important that like you couldn't forget about what was happening in the timeline. If you ask me about the timeline right now, I don't even know where it's like the last relevant spot to pick it off from.
There is no.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say the end of the Marvels where Maria went into the thing.
Hey, bro, what happened? I forgot about the movie already.
Just remember she went into like the wormhole and she like saw Beast. Oh, he's falling asleep.
Oh shoot, you're all right. Okay, so that is. I was thinking like Secret Invasion, and I was like, dude, Nick Fury's out. But that's all I remember so far. But I hope the show actually, like, you know, services like the actual character. I feel like,
yeah, I think
it is like
they're keeping the Punisher, the guys who created or that
John Bernthal.
No, I'm saying the
writers.
Yeah, this what
Frank Miller.
Called? Whatever, whoever like where it was in charge of the Punisher series, they're in charge of the new Daredevil
okay, that's
show.
good.
So
that's good,
and it's already
gonna have a little bit of.
The Punisher's supposed to have a big role in Daredevil.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
That'd be good. That'd be good to see.
Well, that's what I had. Daredevil. Wanted to talk about that.
What about you, Dan? Anything you want to bring up?
If I do, I'm gonna get cut.
No. You we can hear you.
Oh, I got cut.
What's a topic that we should quickly discuss?
There you go. What
is it? What's a topic that we should quickly discuss before we close off today's podcast?
Every time I talk, it like you guys freeze and then it keeps going.
You freeze for us, but it's okay. We can cut that and just like attach it right there to the.
Yeah.
So, let's hear it. What'd you say?
I don't even remember at this point.
Okay.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
Coco.
That does it for today.
Coco, you got anything you want to discuss for the end?
No. Let's see. We got Abbott Elementary coming out tomorrow. When this comes out, it'll probably be already out.
It will.
An entire hour premiere, which I'm excited about.
All right.
It's finally back. We got the Oscars this Friday, which I'm also excited about.
Yeah.
That's this Friday?
That's Friday. Yeah, it's this Friday because it wouldn't be on Sunday because it would take too much away from the Super Bowl.
Wow, I didn't realize.
I think so. Fact check me on that.
I'm fact checking you right now.
Okay, and then
I'm gonna go ahead and fact check you as incorrect. The Oscars.
It is Sunday.
The Oscars are not till
Sunday?
March 10th.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure it was March.
Why did I think it was February 10th? I thought it was February 10th.
Hey,
I don't
you're
know
a month
why.
off, and you just saw the wrong month.
Hey.
That's fine.
Hey, my calendar is actually set for March, like right now.
Yeah,
So
you
like,
flipped
like,
2 pages instead of 1.
Yeah,
Hey,
but it doesn't matter. We got the Super Bowl this weekend. We're gonna get a bunch of trailers. We're gonna get a first look at a bunch of movies. Paramount is actually gonna go insane with the amount of like things that they're gonna show us. Knuckles,
Knuckles
Twister. Knuckles is gonna go crazy. I have a video cooking up on that this week.
Not to mention, we finally get to see Hugh Jackman back on the screen.
Jackman.
As Wolverine.
Yeah, I hope it's on like the smallest tease in the world. I think that
I probably will be.
It's like
I'm gonna throw out a prediction for this Sunday for the viewers that we're gonna get a 5-second shot of Deadpool and Wolverine, and then it's gonna cut to the logo. I'm calling.
It's literally gonna be him. Like the camera's gonna pan over to him, and it's gonna cut right as it hits his forehead.
I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm gonna be screaming my head off about it. It's gonna be awesome.
Me too. I'm gonna probably be the only one in the room screaming my head off because no one. And then we got next week. We got releases. We got Lisa Frankenstein, Catherine Newton, and Cole Sprouse. Basically, just kind of like a fun remake of the Frankenstein. And then we got Bob Marley, One Love. I'm actually excited about that. I love biopics.
I love them,
especially when they're about like musicians. I've loved like Bohemian Rhapsody, the Elvis movie, the Tupac movie, and the Biggie movie.
Rocket Man.
And then Rocket Man. Thank you for reminding me about that. And then we also have Madam Web. So
Madam Web.
we have a week filled with good releases to go to the movies. So hit up the movies and let us know what you're
next
watching.
week. We should have a Madam Web review for you.
Oh yeah.
So
we definitely need to talk about that one.
Expecting that.
I'm excited though. I'm excited. The only reason I'm excited is because like I'm curious.
I am
curious.
Where
my excitement comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where my excitement comes from. My curiosity.
Mine is false hope, but that's okay.
Mine's delusion, which kind of plays off as the same. Oh, and quick reminder for everyone, we have the Sweet Victory performance this Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Which is SpongeBob finally having his full 2.5 minutes of glory.
Can't wait.
So I'm excited about that.
Which are you most excited for? Deadpool or SpongeBob? Let us know.
Did you guys see that the entire new SpongeBob movie got leaked on Twitter?
Yeah, you told us that. You saw it.
I know. I took it down because I didn't want my TikTok to get banned. So like,
I'm about to go see if that's like somewhere like on the web.
Alrighty.
Does it have a name, by the way? What's the name of that? It's real quick.
Hey yo, I don't want to get stupid. No, it's like the Sandy Cheeks movie.
No, that's true. That's true. Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that does it. Next week I will have already. Yep. I found the movie.
Okay. All right.
I'm watching.
Just post on your Instagram story the Letterboxd review.
Just get banned immediately.
You don't even know what's coming. Hey, it's all good, bro. All right, guys, that does it for today. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Jenks. Thank you, Danbo. We'll see you guys next week with another round of our podcast. So, yeah.
But we digress.